Justin Trudeau's undemocratic reforms continue. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. Maybe you heard that the Liberals are in a more cooperative mood lately. Maybe you heard that they changed the makeup of the parliamentary committee that will ultimately put forward proposals on how to change our electoral system. Get rid of that nasty first-past-the-post system. Well, don't believe the hype too much. While it's true the Liberals are going to grant opposition MPs a bit more power on the committee, it's not going to be 6 of 10 voting members being Liberal. The fact is the Liberals are still going to have the majority on the committee, or at least 50%. See, the Liberals are going to have 5 members on the committee, the Conservatives 3, the New Democrats 2, and then the Bloc and the NDP the Bloc and the Greens will each get 1. Elizabeth May is essentially a Liberal Party stalking horse. She agrees with them on every policy. She defends them in the House of Commons when nobody else does. Nothing's going to change as a result of this committee. The Liberals will push through their agenda. The NDP gets to save a little face. But on the ultimate issue of democratic consultation, putting it to the people and allowing the people of Canada to decide whether we want to change our voting system to whatever the MPs propose, the Liberals aren't budging. Remember that. The Liberals keep saying, we put forward our plan in the last election and the overwhelming majority of Canadians voted for parties that wanted change. But there's no agreement on what that change would be. So maybe 20% would support ranked ballot, maybe 30% proportional representation, and 40% something else. But none of us voted on the exact proposal that's coming forward. So there needs to be a referendum. But Trudeau's still saying no. Don't believe the hype from these noises being made that maybe they're softening their position. Trudeau was asked about that in French at a news conference in Ottawa and said, no, referendums are used to shut things down. And while most of the media in Ottawa may have been asleep because he said it in French, that doesn't mean that Rona Ambrose and the Conservatives were, and Ambrose raised this issue in the House of Commons.
Today, the Prime Minister actually said that he won't allow a referendum because it's often used to stop things. That is one of the most arrogant and elitist things that I've ever heard. The only thing that he is stopping is the right for Canadians to have a say in what their vote means. That's right. Why does the Prime Minister have so little faith in Canadians?
Domestic democratic institutions.
Mr. Speaker, our approach today has been about working collaboratively with all parties in this House. Our approach today has been about moving the conversation around process to getting down to the work of hearing from Canadians what their needs and aspirations are for their electoral system.
Monsif is a lightweight, to say the least, and she gets up day in, day out and talks about her consultations, her hashtags, her Twitter followers, and acts as if this is real consultation for Canadians. Let me tell you, there will not be real consultations with Canadians. This will be an organized leftist mob the mic type event at every turn to ensure that groups like Lead Now and other activists that want to change our system are the majority at each of these events. We've seen it in terms of pipeline consultations. That has happened. They're organized. They will do this. We've also seen it in terms of things like the Trans-Pacific Partnership consultations, going to radical universities, speaking to radical leftist groups, but not chambers of commerce. This is how the consultation will go. But there needs to be one real consultation. That is a vote by the people. But as Ambrose said, Justin Trudeau is so arrogant that he doesn't think the people deserve a say. I'm sorry, inviting your friends over for cocktails or throwing out a Twitter hashtag is not real consultation. When you are going to change the voting system, you put it to the people. So it's time to do that. Let's keep up the pressure. They may buckle eventually, but only if we keep up the pressure. Have you signed our petition yet at LetUsVote.ca? That's LetUsVote.ca. If you haven't, please go now, sign the petition. And if you have already, share it. Share it again on social media. Get Canadians on side. 73% in the latest poll said, we want a vote on changing the system.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.